What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today we are going on over the biggest in-person event, 330 players for Carta Magica's, Niagara Falls Regional. So, yeah, let's dive into the video for BT-22's North American Regional. I know I said BT-22, BT-21, dang it. Carta Magica. So if we take a look, we had for the top 16 breakdown, 4 Sakuyamon X, 4 Megidramon, 2 blue-green imperial Dramon, 2 royal knights, 1 red-purple imperial Dramon, 1 leviamon, 1 shine greymon, 1 Galacticmon. To be honest with you, this format seems extremely healthy. Don't you think? Besides having Sakuyamon be there, it's been a hot second since we've had, whatchamacallit in here, and that is none other than the Galaxy deck, and that you can blame Megidra and Sakuyamon to kind of keep them out of the fray. The deck just struggles a little bit on that, and then you also have to deal with, Royal Knights being a deck, just a lot of decks that just blow up the stack. There is no protection in that deck in any capacity besides small top ends, so because they don't go into their big Galaxy play, yeah, there's just nothing that kind of just helps the deck stay course. So, yeah, Galaxy kind of just faded off from existence this set. Kind of good for a lot of players that wanted a break from Galaxy. So first off, let's talk about the first place list. Deck Stupid Greedy. And what do I mean by Stupid Greedy? Deck is playing 4 scrambles, 4 physical trainings, 4 yellow memory boost, and 4 amber memory boost. Straight up just hardcore searching, no Rukia at all, or Rika, no Rika at all tamers. I think the reason was because they couldn't find a Rika at the time when they entered the event. So yeah, apparently it's just a good deck without that. So consistency is consistency at the end of the day. Yellow Scrambles being able to cheat into, this play for this at a 2 cost is stupid. Like, why is that a functionality? I think, like, if you're going to have to do something, you're going to have to do some sort of choice restrict with Yellow Scrambles against Sakuyamon, top it, and all in general. But that's just me. I don't think there's anything else you can kind of hit. Let's see. This gives barrier when option with plugin in its name, or yellow option. Might be the Talmon, might be the hit. Just allow these ones because they're all restricted to the when digivolving. Which, again, you don't want this to pop off, so this might be the hit. It would be a very weird hitting the tops, but I don't know how you go about it. The barrier is just ridiculous, giving the deck protections. I mean, it's up to you how you want to build a deck, right? Like, just so much barrier now, and the inheritables just to keep them sticky is so powerful. But yeah, you're dealing with threats. Now, again, this list is the more commonplace we kind of see with Megidra. Even in China, they started doing this. Medieval Gallant at 2, Gallant and Gallant both at 2, but they started teching in Skull Greymon. This is basically for the Hexeblaumon matchup. If, God forbid, you face Hexeblaumon, you lose. You just lose straight up to Hexeblaumon because Hexeblaumon stops you from doing everything in your heart's desire. Most of the time, being able to source strip everything and just leave you in the dust. You needed a way to answer Hexeblaumon in some semblance, so being able to do that with Skull Greymon is like your only out in that situation. It's not a bad choice, right? Now, we do have red, purple, imperial Dramon. This deck goes through whatever it chooses to go through at times. It's hit or miss on what you'll see in the list, right? Like, Stingmon has been seeming to creep into the deck, which is not a terrible thing, right? You got the Wormmons, the Vmons, you have the Shade Dramons, you got Pile Dramons, and Dino Bees just playing house. Imperial Dramon, Dragon Mode at 3 with 1 of the ace. Calling Dragonic Devastation, Demonic Devastation. just being able to restand your stack and apply more pressure is so powerful. You know, all in all, you have so much potential with Analog Youth and Miss Memory Boost. It's not even funny. Now, again, sakuyamon doing something. See, there we go. Did you plug in S here that people have been complaining you should be hitting? I don't think that's the problem. It's the basically yellow scrambles is the problem. Just be able to get into your level 7s for such a free cost is the problem in the list. You know, here's the Rika that everybody's been playing, but besides the first place list. But at the end of the day, it's up to you how you want to build the deck. Imperial Dramon. Hey, look, there's Hexeblaumon. Hexeblaumon being Hexeblaumon. Being able to trash that sources and make your opponent not be able to do anything is just ridiculously strong. So just expect long-term wise blue-green Imperial Dramon to do things. Now, you do have Royal Knights. This deck always goes through the weirdest changes. There's no real right or wrong way of building it. And this is not a bad viewpoint, right? But up to you how you want to build the deck, and I have no problem on that. I have to double check that. So we had Royal Knights. Those blue-green, Royal Knights, Galactic. I gotta make sure we got Galactic in here, yep. Megidramon. Megidra after Galactic, blue-green. Levia. That's what we're missing. Okay. Lilithmon X Mommy. Okay. But yeah, Royal Knights is being Royal Knights. Now, we do have Galacticmon. Galactic is hit or miss on what players want to build and how they want to build it. The deck has a lot going for it, especially with Ragnar Cannon, being able to Ragnarok Cannon. Just being such a powerhouse removal option is really ridiculous. And again, being able to use your signature attack just by digivolving is nuts. And then it has an amazing delay effect, and it's just really great pressure across the board. It really comes down to player base. Now, again, Megidra doing Megidra things. Some players will do one of each of these, and then Analog Youth is hit or miss on a lot of players. I don't see value in it. I don't need it. To be honest with you, the deck just does extremely well without it. Now you got blue-green Imperial Dramon with Hexeblaumon and Magna X Antibody. Just very powerful. And then the house, the Genai's house, just being able to boost your threats even higher is always scary for a lot of decks. So just be prepared for that. Leviamon is hit or miss on the meta, but every time whenever they get rid of the big protection boys, the deck pops off. And then you have Darkdramon Ace being the new addition into the list, just being able to, you know, de-digivolve your opponent's Digimon and one of your opponent's Digimon and then delete all their lowest level. Just being able to board control with what Levia already wants to do is not a bad thing. You know, at the end of the day, you build how you like. Now, Megidramon doing Megidra things, you know, Wargreymon X Antibody. Some decks are teching in Levia as another option because it can, you have like Gravity Crush plus Wisdom Trainings and Purple Mem Boost just to kind of get there so that you go Levia and then you clear their board, gain the memory. Most likely you're just gaining so much great value off the Levia and just you're doing different ways of kind of winning. It's not even funny. Now you do have Sakuyamon and Sakuyamon X, just all great things going on here. I mean, the deck is just that powerful. Once you open the God Hand with this deck, it's sometimes hard for the opponent to catch up. Now, again, Megidra go boom. It looks like we're going to see a higher turnout for Megidramon plus sakuyamon going forwards, and that kind of is predictable. Just because Megidramon can clear out boards because it's a walking dark hole is just super important just to keep in mind. Now again, another sakuyamon deck just being Sakuya. It's all up to the player base, really. And then you do have Shine Greymon being able to punch through. So it's been a hot second since we've seen a Shine Greymon, which is great to see. Marcus being a punchy boy. You know, you got Shine Greymon, Rise Greymon, just being that powerhouse that he is. Just so much great innovation just in one set that just made all the good stuff good again. Then you have none other than our Royal Knights. Royal Knights, just doing Royal Knights things is very commonplace in this game. I can't even stress how much that this deck just goes off. You know, slam body, slam body, slam body, don't care is just all this deck does. And your opponent just dealing with Mega Zeus sometimes with not the same removal as we did in the past is kind of crazy. You know, all in all, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay safe, stay healthy. I don't catch you next one. Peace.